What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb? Resident Evil 4 is finally out on the Nintendo Switch, and with all that being said, this brings us many new adventures and memories to be made with this game all over again. But is it worth it? And what do I think? Well, by default, yes, it is very much worth it. Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I completed it more times than I can remember, but the Switch brings us a new way to play, which is handheld mode. That is the mode I'll be playing almost exclusively during my playthrough this time around, at least the first couple playthroughs. There are some things worth noting with the handheld mode, but first, the colors look different than it actually is because my camera was weird and just filters it weird. I don't know why it does that. And two, this game looks like it's been graphically improved, but I know that's not the case. It most likely looks better because it's a lower resolution. I mean, this game was meant to be played in 480p, like back in the GameCube PlayStation 2 days. It was never meant to go above 480p. So of course, all the modern releases will look rough. I believe on Switch it plays in 720 handheld mode, so that would make sense as you wouldn't be stretching the resolution as much. So I understand why it may look a little bit graphically enhanced, even though it is not. The aiming system feels a little outdated, but I guess since I've been playing the game exclusively on PC, that should feel normal to people who haven't played it on PC, as you know, PC doesn't exactly have the clunky camera movement and the clunky aiming system, since as a mouse, you kind of get, perfect control. But I changed my settings to type 2 instead of type 1, and it ended up feeling pretty great. Everything plays super silky smooth, and I'm overall quite impressed on how it plays on par with my PC, which has super PC parts. So I didn't expect the game to be as perfect as it is, but it literally plays like I'm playing this on a GTX 1080 with 12 gigabytes of RAM as just, regular RAM, running this game like it's nothing. And for the Switch to have something like that be said about it, it's quite impressive. There are some effects that seem to be updated, such as Leon's hair, which moves slightly different, the speed of animations, as well as the load times, but maybe that's not new. But I haven't played Resident Evil 4 on console since the Xbox 360, so if that was in the PS4 and Xbox One versions, then ignore that statement. I ran into one performance issue with the game, which may not be the game's fault, but I changed my input from Joy-Con to Pro Controller, back to Joy-Con. I connected the Joy-Con, and when I connected it, the Joy-Con and the screen went black for about 30 seconds, but I cannot confirm if that was the game or a glitch in the matrix that we live in. So maybe Morpheus will tell us, I don't know. This game is very much a part of my childhood, and I may be blinded by nostalgia, but overall, my first impressions says that this game should be on everybody's must-buy list for the Nintendo Switch or any console in general. This game features fast-paced combat, easy pick-up and go controls, the right amount of difficulty, as well as all the one-liners your heart could ever wish for. Overall, this game probably has one of the top 5 stories that were introduced during the generation of 2000 to 2006 in gaming. So if you have not played it yet, I highly recommend it. As of right now, it's all but confirmed that next month at E3, we will be getting the announcement of both Resident Evil 3 Remake as well as a new entry or reboot in the Dino Crisis series, which are both very important to my achy breaky heart, as I assume yours as well. This game is a perfect layover game to take us to E3 because it'll take you roughly 30 to 50 hours to complete everything and get every achievement. That's right, it comes with achievements. On Nintendo Switch, a game having achievements is like the second coming of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It's unseen, it's almost unheard of. I can only think of 2 other games that have had achievements, but this has achievements, and it even has its own little cool thing in the corner when it does achievements. Most of the games that have achievements, it's just like copy and paste from the PlayStation achievement style, which I think is kind of odd on a Nintendo console, but hey, who am I to blame? It's not my business. But it does play quite well with the achievements. But with that being said, then you have something to hold you over until E3 when, like I said, either Resident Evil 3 or a new entry in Dino Crisis gets announced. So that's pretty cool. I mean, there's 3 Resident Evil games that launched today. Resident Evil 4, 0, and 1. 0 and 1 are not that good, I'm not gonna lie to you, so I would recommend skipping those. But Resident Evil 4 is a godsend. It is considered one of the greatest games of all time for a reason. And this game, even though it doesn't have the beloved motion controls of the Wii, it is still highly enjoyable. And if you'll be picking it up for the first time, you're not going to be disappointed, but extremely entertained. I would like to begin doing game reviews in the style of what are my first impressions. So this is going to be the first and hopefully a long series of videos where I will be detailing you my first impressions about a game that I either just picked up that may be 10 years old or a game that may be 10 minutes old. It all depends on the size of your steeple. But I hope to bring this as an everyday kind of thing, because when I'm just talking about Resident Evil and Dino Crisis news all the time, I kind of don't really have enough content to make content every single day. But if I start adding in these kind of mini reviews, then you know, it's gonna work. It's gonna work out. Overall, I'm gonna rate this game right now at 10 out of 10. Resident Evil 4 on the Nintendo Switch gets a 10 out of 10. Straight off the bat, 10 out of 10 IGN. With that being said, though, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Try not to die. There was a shooting in my neighborhood, so if you're in my neighborhood, if you're the one that died, why did you not listen to me? And 2, I will see you in the next video.